Okay, welcome to the boot camp. And today we're going to surrender. Yes, surrender to what? Surrender to step 3. Step 3 is surrendering to the supreme will, a journey through the step 3 of recovery. And we will touch upon Srimad Bhagavatam 8th canto, 8th chapter. Have your candles on. And if you're traveling like Lakshmita, you can go home and light the candle later. Okay. Thank you. Now begins our acronym for step 3. The step 3 acronym is SOURCE. S stands for surrender, release, self-will, and trust divine guidance. Recovery begins with letting go. We already established that in step 1 and step 2. So this is a combination. The S here stands for the combination of step 1 and step 2. Obedience. O, follow higher wisdom with humility, align with divine purpose, obedience to divine. And understanding. U stands for the, we will study in this third step, the example of Lakshmi Devi in the churning of the ocean, how she used her discernment to understand her situation, which we can apply in our life also. Recognize true divinity amidst worldly distractions and overthinking and other addictions. R stands for release, letting go of control. And C stands for contrast. So this, whenever we think of step 3 and whenever we are in a situation, we can always think the contrast, the choice. Devotees trust divine guidance, whereas demons, they cling to control. And E stands for my favorite, edit life ruthlessly. We find shelter in higher powers' care. We do not worry about other things. So whatever the processing is, we put Krishna in the center, edit everything else out, and involve the mood of the going to the source. The third step is all about these 3 things here. Decision. What's the decision? Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. So this is a step of surrender where a conscious choice to stop fighting and pretending that we know best. And then the trust, placing faith in the supreme guidance rather than our limited understanding. So this example of ocean churning, Samudra Manthan, it symbolizes very relevant point in this, that this 8th chapter of the 8th canto is all about the relation between the demons and the demigods and how Mahadev comes in and all the gems that comes out of this churning. So this represents our spiritual journey. So this cosmic struggle that happened up there between the divine forces and the demoniac, that mirrors our tendencies, our internal conflicts. This morning, I was going through a specific struggle, and Kundalata was helping me process it. This tug of war between the tendency of why this is happening, the entitlement, and what we were discussing yesterday, the demoniac tendencies. There is the pull and the push. I want to wish well, I want to be like the Devatas, but then it's not so easy to bless somebody who is not nice or kind. It's very difficult to be kind towards somebody who is arrogant and how do you call it? Arrogant and like insulting or like that. So the 2 paths in one ocean. So what are those devatas? They held the tail without complaining. They accepted the instructions with faith. They remained steady in difficulty. They had that faith in the Lord. The Lord said, it's okay, give the demons the front part. No, the Lord is like, let them have it. Then the demons, the asuras, they demanded the head of Vasuki, and they tried to grab also Lakshmi Devi when she came. They wanted her. Of course, she didn't choose them, and they were very disappointed. And then the whole Varuni comes, and then they take Varuni. Varuni is the liquor, no? They wanted Lakshmi, and they got Maya. Maya, Varuni controls drunkards. So then they didn't have devotion, but they wanted it. So sometimes it may appear like we look at somebody and say, wow, they're so confident. Wow, they seem like they have so much material opulence. But we don't know what is truly in their heart. Maybe they are pure. They deserve it. And so that's Krishna's will for them. I let it be. Not that I sit around thinking, but they are also bad. They have bad character. Why do they have these opulences? It's none of my business to judge them. So the demons were trying to have something that they didn't deserve. So when my mind says, I also deserve this, I want that, my grandfather often would say, don't just compare the opulence of other people. Think also, like my mom sometimes would say, oh, they have this property we don't have. We are living in a rented house. And my grandfather would say, yeah, but that person also has blood cancer. Do you want your husband also to have blood cancer? She's like, no, 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 no. I just want the property. And my grandfather would say, no, it comes in package. You have to accept the whole thing. You can't pick and choose. So this is the story here with the demons and what's happening. Um, the contrast is the cooperation versus control, patience versus entitlement, surrender versus desire. So this is very, very important for us to look at our qualities and look. Oh, sorry, that I didn't edit that image. Don't worry. Don't look at the image too much. Lessons from the Devatas. Hold the tail end. Okay, the accept the less desirable position with humility and grace. This morning I had a test for this. I greeted somebody and they didn't greet me back. Oh my God, was that holding the tail end? Absolutely. And then holding the tail end made me process a lot more poison that I have within that I need to process. Then trust divine timing. Sometimes it's not our time, and the nectar will come, but only when the time is right. Sometimes it's a time to stay in the back. Surrender the heart. True nectar comes only to those who have surrendered their will. See, in Devata's case, we may look at the whole story. This morning, even Dilip Prabhu was sharing in our Bhagavatam that when we look at the demons initially in these chapters, we think, oh, the poor demons, they were tricked. Oh, even during the Bali Maharaj episode, in the previous chapters, they were treated in this way. Poor demons, No, but when we actually look at the intention of the demons, what they would do with that power, what would they, then we actually come to see that the Devatas were much more hands up. Hey, Govinda, literally. They did not know what to do. And that was not the time of the Devatas. And it was told to them, this is not your time. This is a time to make truce. So Vishnu advised to make truce. And you can watch other videos that we did in these sessions about those polarities that we have to manage internally about our own different parts. Now, practicing patience, watch others win momentarily while maintaining faith in the process. So Devatas had to kind of do that. They had to let the demons take over for some situations. Even, in fact, to make a truce with the demons was a big practicing patience episode here. All right. Then this is demon devotee versus demon mindset. It is so becoming that today I'm having this test in my life, and then I'm also going through this section, and I'm teaching this. It's like so Krishna humbling. So the demon's voices, I'll fix it, I'll grab it, I'll prove it. So in my situation, I was thinking the demon voice is like, I can do it. I will prove to this person that they are doing a mistake or whatever, the demoniac mentality. The inner struggle, the battle between control and surrender. The control was the demoniac mentality. Then sometimes there is also the Devata part, which wants to surrender. And the devotee's whisper is, I don't know how. Hey, Govinda, Draupadi episode. Lift your hands up. Your sari is being pulled, and you say, hey, Govinda, I don't know what to do in this situation. My husbands are sitting here, all the 5 powerful husbands. There's the king there, there's Dronacharya, there's Bhishma. None of them can help me. It's a situation of Gajendra, all these big, big elephants, the she elephants, the baby elephants, and all his powers and all his contacts. But he's there, and the crocodile grabbed his leg, and there's nothing he can do. And he just calls out, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I trust you, Krishna. So that's the devotee's whisper. Okay. Even if we started like asuras, I was telling myself this while preparing this presentation this morning. because I had this back and forth. Even if we started like asuras, we can choose to end like devatas, letting go of control and letting Gaura in, letting Govinda in, letting Giriraj in, letting God in. You can place God, you can place any words you want there, okay? All right. So now we're going to do our little ceremony I'm going to stop sharing now. I'm going a little quick because again, this is a boot camp. You can always go and watch these recorded videos and you also have 1 week to prepare for your exam. So whenever they do this process, 3 steps, when we are doing the 3 steps and when we come to the 3rd step, they light candles. So this is like a process that is done. How many of you have candles? Oh, Lakshmita, you're at home? Oh, great. Good, 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 good. Amazing. So it has been an important ceremony for me. When I did this first time, I really felt that energy. So this is like a commemoration. It's like inaugurating that, oh, I've done step 1 and step 2. I've entered step 3. So my life, my will is no more under demoniac rule. I don't want that anymore. I want, even if I started with the Asura journey, but I want it to end with Devata journey. So the candle and the light represents that. So turn it on, and then we should actually be playing. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Satyam Atmanivedanam. Jai Hare Krishna. So now you are ready for the prayer of the 3rd step. So now we have our candles. Feel the warmth of the candle. Feel the warmth of Paramatma, of the Supreme Lord, who is our best friend. Aham Bija Pradapata, he is our divine Father. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, he is the controller of all the 3 worlds. The well-wisher, the one who forgives all our mistakes. And he always has his eyes wide open, Jagannatha, to see our good. So we have Lord Gauranga as he's a Yuga avatar. So we're going to address Lord Gauranga, but you can use any favorite deity you have. You can just say Krishna. First, I'll read the whole prayer once, and then you can repeat after me. O Lord Gauranga, I offer myself to thee, to build with me, and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. Okay, so now you can all unmute and we can all read this prayer together. Dear Lord Gauranga,
Dear Lord Gauranga,
I offer myself to thee.
I offer myself to thee
To build with me.
To build
to build with me
And to do with me.
and to do with me
As thou wilt.
as thou
as
wilt.
though
Relieve me of the bondage of self.
Relieve me of the bondage of self,
That I may better do thy will.
that I may better
that I may better do thy will.
Take away my difficulties.
Take away my
Take away my difficulties.
That victory over them may bear witness.
that
That
victory over them
victory
may
over
bear
them
witness
may bear witness
To those I would help.
to those
those
who
I would help
Of thy power.
of thy power,
of thy
Thy
power,
love.
thy love,
love,
And thy way of life.
and thy way of
and
life.
thy way of
May I do thy will always.
May I
may
do
I do
thy
thy
will
will
always.
always.
So there are key parts of this prayer. One part is that I'm offering myself to you. And then the second part is to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Not that only he does and not that only we do. It's a collaboration, it's a partnership to build with me. I'd like the Devatas, right? To build with me. Please help us in our efforts, but let your will be, your will prevail. Because otherwise they would have fought just in the beginning. Relieve me. Then the third point is to relieve me of the bondage of this lower self, this self, me, mine. Relieve me of that bondage. Then only I can do your will. So I may better do thy will. Then take away my difficulties. Why? Why should they take away? So that when I win those difficulties, I can be a witness. Witness for what? Witness for Krishna's power, his love, and his way of life. May I do your will always. So this is a prayer that we will learn, we will memorize, we will recite every day. Wake up in the morning, do whatever other prayers you do. Say this prayer. I don't get out of bed unless I say this prayer because I don't want the self-will to run my day. So we will again read this together. I don't hear many of you. You can just unmute. My candle went off because I breathed out. Breathe in and don't breathe on your candle. Dear Lord Gauranga,
Dear
Dear
Lord
Lord
Gauranga,
Gauranga,
Lord Gauranga,
I offer myself to thee
I
I
offer
I
offer
offer
myself to
myself
myself
thee
to
to
thee
thee
to build with me
to
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 build
build
with
build
me
with
with
me
and to do with me as thou wilt.
and to
and
do
to
and
with
do
to
me
do
with
with
as
me
thou
you
as
wilt.
as
thou
thou
wilt.
wilt.
Relieve me of the bondage of self,
Relieve
Relieve
me
me of
Relieve
of
the
the
me of
bondage
bondage
of
of
bondage
self,
self,
of self,
that I may better do thy will.
that I
that
may
I
better
may
that
do
I
better
thy
may
do
will.
thy
better
will.
your will.
Take away my difficulties,
Take
Take
away my
away
Take
my
away my
difficulties,
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 that victory over them
that
that
victory
victory
over
over
victory
them
them,
over
may
them
bear witness to those I would help
may
may
bear
bear
witness
may
to
bear
witness
those I
witness
would
to
to
help.
those
those
I
I
would help.
help.
of thy power, thy love, and
Of
thy way of life.
Of
thy
thy
Of
power, thy
power,
thy
love,
thy
and thy
power,
love,
way of
and
life.
thy
thy
way
love,
of
and thy
life.
will of life.
May I do thy will always.
May
May
I
I
do
May
thy
I
will
do thy will
always.
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 Hmm? Okay, now can we have some volunteers to lead us into this? You please read it. We will repeat after you. You can read the whole thing once. Each one can get a chance to read this. And read it with that intention of this is like a vow. It's like an oath we are taking. It's like an initiation vow that I don't want to control my life anymore. I want to give it to Krishna. So this is an initiation to the new step in our recovery, in our transformation. So kindly unmute and go.
O Lord Gauranga, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. Thank you.
Next.
Gauranga, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always.
Right. Next.
Dear Lord Gauranga, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and to do with me as thou you will. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy will, and the way of life. May I do thy will always. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Next.
Dear Lord Gauranga, I offer myself to you to build me, to build with me, and to do with me as you will. Relieve me of the bondage of this lower self, that I may better do your will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I help of your power, your love, and your way of life. May I do your will always. Thank you.
Dear Lord Gauranga, I offer myself to you to build with me and to do with me as you wish. Relieve me of the bondage of self, and that I may better do your will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of your power, your love, and your way of life. May I do your will always. Haribol.
Haribol. Who's next?
Dear Lord Gauranga, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always.
Haribol.
Dear Lord Gauranga, I offer myself to you to build with me and to do with me as you will. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do your will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of your power, your love, and your way of life. May I do your will always.
Jai.
Dear Lord Gauranga, I offer myself to you to build with me and to do with me your will. Relieve me from the bondage of self, that I may better do your will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I would help with your power, your love, your way of life. May I do your will always.
Jai. Anyone else? Wants to go?
My dear Gauranga, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may be a witness to those I would help, the power, the love, and the way of life. May I do thy will always.
Anyone else likes to go? Okay, so privately, individually, you can edit this as you like. Some of you may feel you're not familiar with the old English of thee and thy and thou wilt and all that, so you can adjust it. But in our official meetings, we will use this, and also you can use Krishna, I offer myself to thee, or whichever is your favorite deity. In the meetings, we will use Lord Gauranga. Gauranga is our merciful Lord. So we will say Gauranga in the meeting, but you're free to adjust this as you feel comfortable. Okay, so this is a formal initiation that we have taken to give our life and our will in the care of Lord Gauranga as we have understood him. Okay, so that's the third step. Handing over our lives in the care of Lord Gauranga as we understand him. Okay, so we got like 2 minutes left. Anybody likes to share any realizations or any thoughts or any question? Congratulations, everybody, for
So, Mataji,
graduating.
what I like to share is I think last time you gave this prayer, I wrote it in a card. I think this in 7-step prayer. I put it in the bathroom mirror, and like I've been saying it whenever brushing or in the thing. And then when I go in front of the deities, I remember you saying that you say this prayer. So I memorized it, and when I go in front of the deities, I say this prayer. So it is. I sometimes feel that okay, am I just mechanically saying over a period of time? Or am I really feeling it? Or should I tell in my mother tongue so I just feel more connected? So I think sometimes you unconsciously say it, sometimes you feel and say it. So is there any like over a period of time you keep saying say the same thing, it becomes like mechanical. You're not, is that works, or it how you have to say it consciously?
Personally, for me, it's like when I start saying it, I get into that mode. Because somehow or another, this prayer is very strong. So when I go in front of Radha Madhava, usually it's like you see their dress and everything, and we chant Hare Krishna, we chant some mantra. But this prayer always kind of like focus goes. Dear Shri Shri Radha Madhava, I offer myself to, like it's very like, it's very, it kind of gets me into the mood. The prayer, even if I'm not in the mood, when I say this prayer, it puts me there. So I would say mechanical is good in my case because of turning on the mechanics. I get the mood as well. So I don't know if I can't personally, I can't relate, but I understand what you're saying, but it's difficult for me to relate how this prayer could become mechanical. I can understand other Sanskrit mantras, but this one is very, it's like a dialogue. It's like telling Krishna. Maybe what helps is when you're learning this, you're learning it with feeling, then every time you say it, it'll come with feeling. But again, this is not something you can force. There is sometimes more intensity and sometimes, but this thing of handing over and asking Krishna, may your will, not mine, be done. Please take away difficulties so that the victory over them may bear witness to those I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. It's very helpful for me because I'm always thinking of you all when I'm praying this, because I feel like that team energy, that group energy. So may our group help other devotees to also be, may us, like whenever I come forward and I share my difficulties, like today I said I had this challenge with this person, didn't greet me back, and I had all the triggers, all the boom, 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 alarm clock going off. And then I was able to apply, immediately, tuck, 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 tuck. But earlier it would take me days. But in this case, it's like me coming and telling you my difficulty and praying, Krishna, please help me remove this difficulty so that the victory over them is not for me to feel great, so that I can be a witness to those devotees I am going to be of service, that Krishna, your will, your love, and your way of life, it works. So for that purpose, and this prayer has been very instrumental in realigning my intentions. Krishna, they don't like, oh, Nrsingadev, please remove difficulties. For what? What's the purpose of removing difficulties? So I can enjoy life? No. So that I can be of service. I can be an instrument of showing your love, your grace. So that therefore, wow, it's like a shift. This prayer has been a shift for me. So I would say it's more than a mechanical prayer or words. It's actually a state of mind. So to get in that state of mind, and like you said, maybe you need it in your mother tongue, if that helps you, that you can break down the elements and.
Like when I see that I'm saying it mechanically, then I try to kind of say it again so that I, or
Yeah, same
say
here.
different words so that I am present. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's my first prayer. I wake up, I see Radha Madhava, I say, Dear Shri Shri Radha Madhava, I offer myself to thee to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt relieve me. That's, of course, it's not in that fast, but I say it looking at them, looking at the mood is there. Some days his mind is disturbed or something, like you say, I repeat it again.
thank you.
And like you said, I do the same thing. When I go and stand in front of the deities, I say this prayer before I say any other mantra. It's like, I feel like this is more, it's not a mantra. It's more like it's alignment so that I can pray. Yeah. Okay.
I learned from you only, Mataji, because
It
you
helps,
said
no?
last time.
It
Yes,
helps.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Lakshmita, I see your hand up.
Hi, Krishna Mataji. Actually, these sessions are very beautifully setting up the intentions and adjusting the intentions, because now, in this meeting, before like 1 minute or 2 minutes, while we're discussing this thing stride, when we're telling, take away my difficulties, and the victory over them will be a witness of those I would help. So that thing, and I suddenly my mind just brought this thing, in giving we receive. So I was thinking in which mood I actually asked Krishna to take away my difficulties, and then I got the answer like, in giving we receive. Like I want, so I give. Like that mood actually I prayed. So it actually helps me to analyze what intention, and it helps me to adjust that. So thank you, Mataji.
Dang. I mean, you remind me of the Devatas. They did want the nectar. They did.
Yeah.
Like we do want love from others. So that's like kind of nectar. But the point was the Devatas, they were able to hand it over. They handed over their life and will in the care of Krishna. It's not
Okay.
wrong to expect validation or acceptance or love. That's okay. But am I trying to
Okay.
control it, manipulate, codependent, do that? Am I trying to get it? Or am I giving it to Krishna and say, Krishna, please, I hand over my life and will in your
Okay.
care.
Okay. Yeah. Got it, Mataji.
That's what means
Yeah.
overcoming the difficult. What's the difficulty? The difficulty is that I'm trying some unhealthy ways to get the nectar.
Mm,
But instead,
yeah.
I tell Krishna, okay, you want me to hold the tail and not the front? Okay, I'll do it. You want us to give away Varuni to the demons? Fine, we'll do it. So the point is allowing Krishna in, like handing it over to him, handing my life and my will in his care. Why? Because we know if we trust him, we'll get the nectar. But the demons, by following the path of the demons, we will not get the nectar. The head will be cut off.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
So you shouldn't say, "Oh, I'm wrong for wanting something," but it's so good to have this. Like I did step 4 this morning after I had this trigger, and I was able to list the whole poison quota of all what are all my like the column work inventory. So it's really helpful. Then I give it over. I don't carry the baggage anymore. That's 7th step, but we'll get there. Okay. Anything else before we end? Thank you. I see some private comments. Thank you. Okay, so tomorrow will be another session on step 3. There will be Lakshmi Devi, what prosperity means, what she does, and how we can learn. I am excited about that. And then we will have some break so you can prepare for your exam. And then